Hello, hello everyone. Right, so this is our first stream via YouTube. Do like to increase the pressure. No, it's the website increasing the pressure, it's not me. So hopefully this is transmitting and it's not confusing you too much. I'm going to do a little refresh down here and make sure that I am appearing where I should be appearing. Look at that. Perfect. So I'm just going to finish lighting my candles as you all come on. Hello to everyone as you join. Please say hi. Let me know who's on tonight. Maybe it won't tell me who's there. I'm not sure. Hello, hello, hello. Right. Well, I can't see that anyone is there right now, so this is all an interesting little voyage of discovery for us. So I'm going to get started. Before we kick off, those of you just coming on, if you can grab a pillow and a blanket for the end of class so that you don't get cold, and you can just stay lovely and warm whilst you're relaxing. Just while you go and get that, I am just going to go and check Facebook to make sure that everyone's managed to get in, okay? Okay, so hopefully you've managed to get a blanket and then just pop that to one side and we shall get going. So take yourselves down onto your mat. And we're going to start in sitting. Now that can mean for you, however you find sitting more comfortably. Now that can be with your legs crossed or with your legs outstretched. Hands can be just resting lightly on the knees or they can be just down at your sides. Once again, however you find it more comfortably. And then close your eyes. Just take a moment moment to center yourself here. Let go of any thoughts, any stress, any events that have happened through the day. Just let those drift away. And then when you're ready, just bring your chin lightly down towards your chest. Noticing how that feels in the back of your neck. And then very slowly bringing the gaze forward. Take the gaze towards the ceiling. Tilting the head back but not letting go of the head. Once again, just noticing how that feels down the front of the neck this time. The eyes can be open or closed. If the eyes are open, keep your gaze soft. And then very slowly come back through the starting position. And then gently tuck the chin once again down onto your chest. And then when you're ready, just lightly coming through the start position and gaze towards the ceiling. Gently tilting that head back, but not letting go. And then back into our starting position. Now from here, I'm going to just work on our shoulders and bring both shoulders, rounding them forward, rounding them up towards our ears, and then rounding them to the back of the room, opening that chest as we do. Once again with both sides. Really slowly bringing them forward, slowly bringing them up towards your ears, and then opening the chest and sitting those shoulder blades back. Now with those collarbones beautifully wide, we're going to take our gaze over to one of our shoulders, encouraging the chin just to hover above that shoulder, never forcing anything to happen so that it feels uncomfortable. And then very slowly bringing the gaze around to the front, keeping those collarbones beautifully wide. And then slowly towards the other side, keeping that gaze soft if the eyes are open. If your eyes are closed, then keep those eyelids beautifully heavy. And then bring the gaze around to the front. Now we're going to take our attention and our focus just to one shoulder, and we're going to round that shoulder forward, keeping the other side still, forward up towards the ear, and then towards the back of the room. Go again when you're ready. Bring that forward, bring it up, and bring it back. Just one more this side. As far forward as you can, up towards the ear, and then open. And sit that shoulder blade beautifully down into the body. And then when you're ready, without rushing, take the focus now to the other side, rounding forward, up towards your ear. And then sit that shoulder blade down. Go again when you're ready. Just allowing everything else not to move, just that shoulder. Bring it forward, up towards the ear, and back down. And once again, just allowing those collarbones to beautifully sit wide and open. And then down onto chest. Noticing if that feels any different already. Taking a moment here. And then bring the eyes, gaze forward, and then tilt the head towards the ceiling. Slowly coming back to the starting position. Gaze over to one shoulder. Body stays still. Just the head moving towards one side. Coming back through the centre. And then gaze across to the other side. Very slowly bring yourself over onto all fours. So a beautiful 4-point kneeling. Those wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. And then when you're ready, take a breath into the body and then head and tailbone up towards the ceiling. Easing your back. Coming back through that starting position, ideally with your eyes closed. As you pass through, then start to tuck your head and your tailbone under. Allowing the mind just to notice how that feels for you right now. Once again, start to come out of that, come through that neutral spine, and then tuck your head and your tailbone towards the ceiling. Feeling that stretch once again down through the front of your neck. And then coming through neutral, tucking the head and the tailbone under. Then back into that neutral spine. If we then start to take the weight back onto our heels, encouraging our bottom to sit as far back as it can. And then either with our arms outstretched or with our arms down towards our feet, let your forehead just rest down on your mat. Just take a moment here in this really comforting position. Focus on your breathing, which will help to clear your mind and to keep it clear of any other thoughts from entering. Very slowly, if you had your arms down towards your feet, if you now outstretch those arms, starting to stretch the arms, stretching the upper back through to your lats. Very slowly make your way back up into a 4-point kneeling. Get yourself into that beautiful position with those wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And then we're going to take our tailbone around to one side. and back into neutral spine, and then our tailbone around to the other side. Once again, noticing how that feels for you. If it doesn't feel particularly good, then start small. Just keep that move flowing from side to side, slowly easing your back off as you do. And then when you're ready, come into that neutral spine. I'm just going to change my position. So from here, we're going to take one of our hands with our palm facing up, and we're going to thread that arm underneath the other side, keeping our hips in the air, taking this as low as it feels good for you to do so. So if you're here, but you still feel that stretch in your shoulder, fabulous. If you can rest down on the ground, that's absolutely fantastic. But as long as you're feeling the stretch, that is all that matters. And then very slowly bring that back into a 4-point kneeling and into your start position. And then when you're ready, lift the other side, palm facing up. Thread that arm through and really tune into how that feels for you. Go as low as it feels good to do so, keeping those hips high. Remembering that if you're there, but you still feel that stretch in your shoulder, then that is fabulous. And then slowly back into 4-point kneeling. We're going to do that once more, but before we do, we're just going to take the weight back onto those heels. Bringing your head back down onto the ground, either with the arms outstretched or with the arms back down at your sides, forehead resting down. Allowing our back to ease. Muscles that cross over the back of our pelvis start to feel a little bit stretched and looser. The glutes feeling more stretched. And then those of you in the same position as me, with the hands down towards your feet, if you now change the position and send the arms away over your head, starting to stretch those arms out. And then slowly bringing yourself back into a 4-point kneeling. Starting once again in a beautiful neutral spine. Take a breath in as you begin to exhale. Take the head of the tailbone towards the ceiling, easing that back off, stretching the front of the neck all the way down through the front of our body. And then take a breath in as you begin to exhale. Come through neutral, head and tailbone under. And then back into neutral spine. Take your tailbone towards one side. And then coming through the starting position across to the other side. Keeping the arms still. So make that move fluid from one side to the other. Remember just to work within your limits and just to where it feels good for you. And then stop in the center in a beautiful neutral spine. So without Any tuck either towards the ceiling or tucking under, making that spine beautifully long. Then we're going to take one palm once again and then thread that underneath the other side, remembering to go as low as it feels great for you to do so, keeping those hips towards the ceiling. Feeling that stretch through the back of your shoulder. And then this time we're going to add in a counter stretch. So leading with the elbow, and to take that elbow up towards the ceiling and then return the hand back down. Lift the other hand off the floor, palm facing upwards, and then when you're ready, start to thread that arm through, going as low as it feels good for you to do so. Remembering, if you're as low as I am in the stretch, not to hold your breath. Keeping the hips towards the ceiling. And then coming out of that, remembering this time that we're counter stretching. If this doesn't feel good for you, then you just bring yourself back into that start position. And then for the last time, we're going to send the weight back. Now with each time that we do this, encouraging that bottom to sit further down towards those heels. Really releasing your lower back, let your forehead drop down onto the mat. Arms can stay outstretched if that feels good for you, or you can bring them into the super comforting position with the hands down towards your feet, the forehead down on the floor. Focus on your breathing to clear your mind and to keep it clear. Very slowly bring yourself up and then over onto your backs. Well done. And make yourself as long as you can, stretching through your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Really stretch through. Take some big deep breaths while you're stretching through. One more lovely big deep breath. And then relax. Very slowly bring the knees into your center. Take hold of the knees and then head in towards those knees. Giving those internal organs a squeeze. And then allow the body just to rock gently from side to side. Gently massaging your back down into the mat. That head tucked towards those knees. If that gets too much, then release the head. And then stop in the middle. Change the hand position to the back of the knees, back of the legs. And then we're going to rock forward and then rock back. Massaging our back. Once again, using the legs to allow the massage to happen. Now as you get more comfortable with the position, start to try and control at the top and hover those feet from slamming down. Just do another 4 of these in your own time. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Really focused on how you're feeling right now. then bring that all the way down and stop there. Change the hands and then really squeeze the knees in towards you and then bring your head in towards those knees once again. Keeping the head here ideally. Start to allow the bodies to rock from side to side, massaging your back as you do. Now this time if we can go a little bit further, almost like you're about to lose control and tip all the way over, but you don't. If that feels too out of control for you, then stay with what you were doing. And then stop in the middle, release the head, keep hold of one leg, and the leg that you're holding, take the foot onto the opposite knee. Encourage the knee to move away from your body. Bring your hands onto your pelvis and just close your eyes. Now if that's enough of a stretch, please stay there. But those of you that know you can, bring the knee in towards you and then support at the back of the leg. Feeling that stretch down through your glute, your outer thigh. Start to intensify. Now if you're here in this stronger position, start to rotate the foot. Rotate one way. And then come back, drawing the biggest circle that you can. And then flex the foot and point the toe. And then stop there. You then pop the foot down and then unwind the leg. That should feel so much looser than it did to begin with. And then when you're ready, take the opposite foot onto the opposite knee. Encourage the knee to move away from the midline of your body. Now once again, if that's enough, if that feels enough for you, you can really feel the stretch and you're happy, then please stay there. If you want to go one stage further, bring the knee in towards you, the leg that was on the ground, and then hold at the back of the leg. Feel that stretch intensify, and if you're here, start to draw big circles with your big toe. Really visualize the circle that you're drawing. And then change direction. Once again, drawing really big circles, working on your ankle mobility. And then flex the foot, toe towards the ceiling, and then point the toe down towards the floor. Flex the foot, and then point the toe. Keep going with that, pointing and flexing. While stretching your glutes and stretching your hamstrings. And then just relax the foot and let that foot glide down onto the floor. And then unwind the legs and once again make yourself as long as you can, stretching through your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Imagine someone's got a hold of your hands and there's somebody at the other end holding your feet and they're pulling you, they're stretching you, they want to make you taller. Big deep breath down into the body as you do. And then relax, bring the heels towards the bottom to where they're comfortable. And then take your arms out into a scarecrow position. Now ideally keeping those shoulders on the floor. We're going to bring our knees to one side, just to where it feels good for you, never forcing the knees to go any lower than they want to go. So it's not about forcing any of these stretches to happen. Ideally keeping those shoulders down, connected to your mat. And then slowly, when you're ready, bring the knees back into the centre. And then once again, without forcing anything, bring the knees to the other side. Stay tuned into how that feels for you, and remembering never to force any of these stretches. And then slowly bringing the knees back into the centre. I'm going to do that once more, just adding a little bit of a deeper element in. When you're ready, let the knees drop to the other side, never force. And then with those shoulders nestled beautifully down into your mat, take your gaze across to the other side. And then to begin with, bring the gaze back towards the ceiling, and then slowly bringing the knees back up towards the ceiling too. And then when you're ready, synchronize your breath if you can, breath in before you move, and as you exhale, begin to let those knees drop to the other side. When the knees are as low as they want to go, and if you're happy to do so, take the gaze across to the opposite side of the room. Keeping both shoulders down, nestled comfortably on your mat. Feeling that stretch right across your body. Just remembering not to hold your breath. And then first, you bring your gaze back towards the ceiling, and then follow that through with your knees. And then for the last time, bring the knees into the centre, take hold of the knees, pull the knees tightly in towards you, and then head in towards those knees. Really stretching the back, allow the body to rock from side to side. Well done, everyone. And then when you're ready, bring yourselves into a comfortable position. Take hold of your pillow, pop that under your head, and then if you've got a blanket, pop that over you so that you're in a super comfortable, comforting position. And bring your hand onto your rib cage, it can be on your heart, and close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Try to keep your mind beautifully still, not allowing any of the thoughts that want to enter, not allowing them any room to enter in. Noticing with each breath that the body is starting to feel heavier. The body's starting, now that it's beautifully stretched, it's starting to feel wonderfully relaxed. And every breath is making the body not only feel heavier, but more relaxed. Noticing now that the eyes feel beautifully relaxed, your eyelids are beautifully relaxed. The muscles in your face are beautifully relaxed. The jaw isn't clenched tightly. It's just wonderfully relaxed, feeling heavy, the facial muscles just melting down towards the floor. Your shoulders feel relaxed. Your abdomen feels relaxed. Your breathing is slow and steady. Your legs feel heavy and relaxed down onto the floor. Try not to let the mind start to wander. Keep the focus on your breath. Allow the mind to notice the sounds that may be around you. But not fully engage. Keep the thoughts out of your head. As you remain relaxed, let your thoughts, if they do enter, start to dissolve into the air. Keep your attention on your breath and to keep your mind with some focus. And before you go today, remember and repeat after me, I am enough. I am worthy. I am connected. I am in tune with my inner wisdom. And most importantly, I am loved. Everything I need is within me. And I let go of what no longer serves me. And I am peaceful. And then if you very slowly start to open your eyes, start to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Maybe make a fist and then splay the fingers. Do the same with your toes. Curl your toes and then stretch them. And for the very last time today, you then bring one knee into your centre, take hold of that knee, and then the other in towards your centre. One of my favourite stretches. Bring your head in towards your knee. And then giving your internal organs a squeeze. Just allow the body to rock from side to side. And then very slowly using the legs, bring yourself up into our starting position. And bring yourself back into either cross-legged or legs outstretched. And then take the arms up towards the ceiling. Stretch the arms away and then bring your palms together. And then very slowly glide those hands down. And then stop level with your chest and then bring your head towards the hands. And then gaze forward. And thank you very much for joining me. A beautiful way to end a Sunday. Thank you. And I'm going to cut this live now and pray that everyone was there. I have no idea right now, but thank you very much for joining me. Take care.